I saw you first at Caboose like a year ago, and I remember it so vividly because you guys came on and you kick into this song and I'm going, I like this already. I hadn't heard you guys before. And then as soon as the verse comes in, Chris got maybe 3 words in and the mic kept cutting out. So he stopped the song. And he restarted the song, long ass intro. You get to the verse, start singing again, mic is cutting out, you stop. 3 times you guys restarted the song. And I got to tell you, I didn't care at all. I loved it because the intro to that song kicked ass. And I think it was, is it Pull the Trigger? Is that what the song's called? Is that the title?
Oh, yeah.
God dang it, is that awesome. It's like almost Maiden-esque, just a nice, long, classic, metal intro. The drum part that kicks it in is so good. So that's the first time I saw you guys, and I was treated to that intro 3 times, and I don't think I'll ever forget that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice to have a couple rehearsals, I guess, live rehearsals before we were really ready to play the song. So hopefully we nailed it after that 4th attempt.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
I think once you finally got into it, you were smooth sailing. But I'm sure you didn't have as much fun as I did, having to restart the song and have tech issues and that kind of thing. But that was my introduction to Störmbreaker. So when we get into this thing, I want to check the pronunciation of your last name. Is it Stahlecker?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Okay, and Sele, is it a hard E on that, Chris?
Yes, nicely done.
Baller. Yeah. Okay, I'm 2-0 right now. I've got Logan Stahlecker and Chris Sele with me, the guitarist and singer respectively for Störmbreaker. This is the Down Low on the TC. It's just a chat with Minnesota musicians about the scene right now in a time when venues are closed and doors are locked up, but bands are still itching to perform. We're going crazy, stuck inside. My name is Trevor. I'm drumming right now on a project called Weather Check. It's a riff hop group if you want to check that out. But we are here for Störmbreaker tonight. They were voted the must-see band for 2019 from Everything Minnesota Music. They've played South by Southwest. They're slated to play Rockfest in Cadott, Wisconsin, coming up in July. They've played the Whisky, and they're going back, LA Guns on June 20th. You guys wear your influences on your sleeve, no doubt. I was just listening to you guys this morning, and I played through all of your tracks on Spotify, and then it just bumped to the next thing, which was Slaughter. And it took me the first verse of this Slaughter song to realize it wasn't you guys anymore. I mean, your production is so up to par and your songwriting is so very much of that era. It blends in like nothing else. What brought you to be in this band and to kind of go with that revival sound? I'm assuming this is music you've always listened to and been very passionate about.
Yeah, I think, and Stahlecker, you definitely have your perspective too. I think talking to Stahlecker and I, as opposed to the other 3, gives you a different perspective on the answer to this question, just given that they started as a 3-piece group. Stahlecker and I are the most recent additions to the band, but they kind of formulated that very 80s dual lead guitar influence sound, thinking like George Lynch and that whole era with Docking, GNR, Motley Crue, etc. And then, Stahlecker and I came in and tried to round that sound out with just a bit more oomph to it, So we all come from similar backgrounds in terms of the music that we love and influence our songwriting and style. But at the end of the day, there's, that the 80s vibe with our own modern twist is really what we're trying to achieve. So we appreciate that feedback, and we couldn't have achieved that sound without our friend Wally at F5 Soundhouse as far as production and studio goes to make those tracks sound good.
I want to ask a bit about the band. I don't know how long you guys have been together, but from an outside, it kind of seems like you went 0 to 60 and sort of blew up out of nowhere, starting to play all these big festivals and go to Hollywood and that kind of thing. But I know that there's always a long road ahead of that. What has it taken for you to get to where you guys are today?
Yeah, we have really focused a lot on kind of the interpersonal dynamics of the band, just making sure that we all are on the same page on what we want to achieve. And if we start with the end in mind, let's have some lofty goals. Let's be on a national scene and let's make this a career. Why not? If you're going to put time into it, make it count, right? And the worst that could happen is you don't make it and you have fun along the way. So I think we've done the best that we can to kind of align on here's where we want to go, and then just being very deliberate with the limited time and resources that we have to focus on the things that are going to get us to the next stage of that journey. And, so far we've been able to do a lot of the things that we set out to accomplish. And 2020 is a little different, of course, but we're going to try to continue with that formula and see where we can take it.
Perfect. I like that. I want to turn things towards just a couple things about that we love about the Twin Cities. Logan, I'll ask you, where's your favorite place to go pick up some records?
I'd say Electric Fetus is one of my favorites. They just have such a wide variety of music. So I don't know, it's a really fun place to visit, I think.
Usually find yourself in the vinyl section or more CDs?
More CD. I have a vinyl player currently, but it's not really working, so rolling with the CDs for now.
Yeah, we're in the same boat, man. Mine is just trash. You got to give it this extra little love, an extra little spin to get it started. Otherwise, it ramps up real slow. She's dying. Chris, I'll ask you, favorite Twin Cities venue? Where do you like to go to see shows?
That's a tough one. First Avenue is obviously really cool. That's kind of the holy grail here in Minnesota. I think my favorite place to see a live band, it's probably Caboose. I think the reason that's my answer is because I feel like the crowd that is there, it's kind of challenging to get to the Caboose sometimes. It's not necessarily easy to get to, park, etc. So the folks that do get there, they want to be there and they want to see the show and they know who they're there to see. And that energy is what it's all about for me. So when I can feel that energy, whether it's us playing or watching somebody else on stage, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's a good perspective.
That place definitely has a vibe to it.
That it does. The couple shows that I've gone and seen there, I feel like half the shows I go to, it's packed. It is packed. And it's such a strange room, you know how long it is. And when it gets filled up, there's just a different energy to it, I feel like. And I like Chris's perspective too. You kind of have to work to get there. So the people that do show up are pretty passionate. Best place to get some food in the Twin Cities. Where you like to eat, Logan?
Well, I'm a big fan of Mexican food. That's always my go-to. There's a place in West St. Paul called El Taquitos. That's always my favorite place to go to.
El Taquitos. All right, I can get down with some good Mexican food. How about you, Chris? Where you like to go to eat if you're going out?
Yeah, a couple. One, I really like Sunshine Factory in Plymouth. They just have, it's an awesome bar, really good food, reasonably priced. And then Lago Taco in Excelsior. There's also one on Lindale in Uptown. Just amazing Mexican food there too.
You guys ever been to, if you're into Mexican, Andale in Richfield, just off 494?
No.
Dude, highly recommend Andale. They have these flautas there that are just freaking to die for. They're so good.
That sounds awesome.
That'd be my vote. Well, here's the deal. We talked a bit about how passionate you guys are about this music, and I am too. And I want to test your knowledge with a little bit of, we'll call it big hair trivia.
Big hair trivia.
So I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Some of them will be audio related. Others will just be open-ended. So we'll start with you, Chris, and Logan, you can pipe in if you know the answer to as a bit of a lifeline. Who sang on Van Halen 3? I know it's a tough one at that.
I don't really, I don't know if I'll be able to give the right answer specifically on that, but I don't. Sammy Hagar is great, but I don't pay much attention to that version of Van Halen. So if it was him, I guess, if it would be David Lee Roth, or I wouldn't know it, perhaps.
Sure. That was the super obscure one. That was when they brought in Gary Cherone, who was from Extreme. That was the total flop. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. That was a hard one right off the beginning. So name the singer in this clip.
I feed upon your every thought, and so my power grows.
Easy, I got that. That's Rob Halford.
That's right. There we go. Logan coming in. Here we go. I think this one might be a little easy for you guys, too. Name at least 3 Guns N' Roses albums.
Oh,
Appetite.
I do that right.
Illusion. Go for it, Stalker, yeah.
And Chinese Democracy, Spaghetti Incident.
There we go. We got 4. Nicely done, gentlemen. Yeah, use your illusion. If you get one of the illusions, you get a 2 for there. So
I was going to say, yeah, there we go.
What band lays claims to these songs? Lay It Down, You're in Love, and Way Cool Jr.?
Rat.
There you go. Right on. Identify the singer in this clip.
From the coast of gold, across the seven seas, I'm traveling on, far and wide.
Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden.
That's right. See, you guys are getting it.
I wasn't gonna take your answer there, Stahlecker. I knew you were all over that one.
That's Iron Maiden's one of my favorites.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, we got one more. You guys are doing great. How about this one? Name the drummer in this clip.
Well, it should be Tommy Lee, right?
That's right. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Tommy
Motley
Lee.
Crue, Tommy Lee. There you go. Nicely done, guys. That was
Wild
the first.
side.
Perfect. Bonus points for getting the song. That was the first ever Big Hair trivia that we've done. We try to do a little game show on every program, and you guys did awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
So let's flash back to the Whisky. You went and opened for Faster Pussycat and Steven Adler of GNR. What was that like? Tell me about that experience, Logan.
Well, that Whisky definitely has a vibe to it. As soon as you walk into it, you can just like feel the history, like in the walls, everything there. Steven Adler is probably one of the nicest guys we've ever met. We came in, watched his sound check, and as soon as he was done, came and introduced himself. Really wanted to know what we were all about, asked us many questions, wanted to get to know us, and probably the nicest rock star I've ever met.
That's cool to hear. He seems like a really humble dude in some of the interviews that I've watched. Did you have anything to add to that, Chris, as far as your time on the Sunset Strip?
Yeah, I think, like Logan said, just the history there is everything to us. I mean, if you think about all the artists and albums really that influenced what we're doing today, really came from that like 2-mile section of the United States of America. So it's kind of perfect storm. All those things came together, and that music is just incredible, and hopefully it stands the test of time. So to participate in that scene in any way, but especially to be playing, in support of two of the biggest groups that came out of that whole operation was really, frankly, a dream come true. So it was one of the best things I think I've ever done personally.
How cool. I really appreciate the humility that you guys come at this with. The fact that you can sort of put on the big arena rock persona and play larger than the venue, but still have that humility is really good. So I guess keep it up. I appreciate that. I want to ask you about your stage wear. I mean, you're a band that looks the part. You're also the only band I've seen that, is playing clubs around the Twin Cities wearing mesh tank tops and leather and bandanas. Tell me about the image. How did you land on that? Why did you go with that versus just hopping on stage with a t-shirt and jeans?
Well, when you put on a show, people come to see a show. They don't just to hear your music. So you got to wear something that you wouldn't normally wear. Like they come to see the part, and we need to play that part.
Yeah, I agree. It's a performance. So be a performer and play the role that should be played to complement the sound that you're trying to get across to the audience. I agree.
Perfect. I want to hit a quick lightning round of questions. Logan, we'll have you do the lightning round here. What's your go-to karaoke song if you were to pick up a mic?
Oh, man. Well, I can't sing, but I would say My Kind of Lover by Billy Squier.
Really? Love it. All right. You'd muscle your way through some Billy Squier. Hysteria or Pyromania?
Pyromania.
Good pick.
I know Chris would hate me for that, but that's what it is.
No, dude. Nothing. You can't go wrong there. That's good stuff.
both are winners. That's a hard pick in my book, but I'd probably lean Pyromania just for the kind of raw. It's a little less produced. Air drum or air guitar?
I'd say air drum since I can do actual guitar.
That's right. Tabasco or Sriracha?
Tabasco.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix, because that's the only thing I have.
And I think I know the answer to this one, but Floyd Rose or Hardtail?
Floyd Rose.
Yeah. I mean, come on. If you're going to try to do anything in that era of music, you got to get a wicked dive in there every now and then.
Exactly. Yep.
Cool. So let's chat a little bit about your latest single. Tell me about Heartless, Chris. Where'd the inspiration for that song come from lyrically? From my understanding, it sort of deals with addiction. Tell me how that song came to be.
Yeah, it's a really personal song for me, and I think the hope was when we wrote it that it would be a very personal song for everyone who listens to it. I think it's the sad reality that we all know somebody or ourselves personally have gone through things with addiction, and the intent of that song is to kind of convey the heartache associated with that, but at the same time recognizing we're all human beings and we all do our best to overcome things, and sometimes we can't. And it's after the fact that you have to kind of pick up the pieces and carry the memory. So yeah, that was a pretty intense song for us from a personal standpoint, and I think that came through. Hopefully, that came through in the recording.
I think so. I think there's some real conviction to it. The song carries a sense of, it has a little weight to it, and I think that only comes through authenticity, if you know what I mean. If you sort of half-ass that in the studio and don't sell the concept, it doesn't stick. And the handful of times I've heard the song, I can tell you that I feel a little weight from it.
Awesome. We appreciate that feedback. That's always the attempt. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't get it right. So thank you.
Yeah,
well,
you bet.
I remember when we started playing that song and Chris sang it, and I always thought it was great. But as soon as we got that studio track back, I could just like feel the energy from the vocals. Like it really hit me.
Let's turn from your band for just a second and towards another Twin Cities artist. A question I had asked you before we talked tonight, Chris, was what's one of your favorite songs by another Minnesota artist? Would you tell us the song and why you picked it?
Absolutely. So we're really fortunate here in Minneapolis, St. Paul area to have a tight-knit music community. And a lot of the bands that we rock with, we're all buddies too. So for me, it's really hard to pick a favorite song among our friends. You got Revenant Soul, Uncle Daddy, The Issue, a number of different bands out there that are doing great things. I have to pick Moving On by The Issue off of their latest EP. I just really love the energy from those guys. Clay delivers a great vocal performance, and the whole band is just really in sync, and so it really kicks ass. So Moving On from The Issue.
Cool. Logan, I don't know if I prepped you with that question, but is there a local artist you want to highlight and a song that you're really into?
Well, since Chris already mentioned The Issue, I'll shout out Revenant Soul and their song Judgment Day. It's kind of got that classic metal Maiden vibe to it, so that's why I'm choosing that one.
Cool. Good picks. All right. As we wrap up our little chit chat here, I was wondering if you could tell me about one of your favorite songs to perform live and why. What's that one that when you step on stage, you're going, this is in the set list every time. This is so much fun.
For me, I'm going to choose Break Me. I just think it has the energy to it. It's always super fun to play.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. I'd say Last to Know. We usually use it as our opener, at least for now. And for me, that's when all the energy kind of hits. So that's a lot of fun.
Good. Yeah, and your band is so much about that energy. Tell me what it's like when you head into a bar and play to maybe a venue you haven't played before. What's the reception like? I mean, I'm trying to picture, are you generally well received, being that your sound is sort of established? I hesitate to use the word like a revival rock group, but you guys have a sound that's sort of proven effective, and you're leaning on that, but also making it your own. Do you find people gravitate towards you because of that?
There's definitely a group that does, and you can really see, it's kind of fun. You see it right away in the audience who's kind of going to vibe with you and who's not. To your point, we're heavily 80s influence, trying to do our own spin on it, but really that is what we want folks to associate with us. So for the most part, it's been well received. I think if you put us in the mix with maybe if you get more towards like a metalcore, more progressive type stuff, we might start to lose some listeners in the audience. But so far so good. And we're thankful for everybody that even pays attention, whether they like us or not. So we're just gonna keep doing our best, and hopefully we win over some more folks here.
Yeah, right on. Well, what can people, once we're through this whole quarantine thing, what can people expect next from Störmbreaker?
We've got full-length album coming out here in 2020, so that's the plan right now. We're, as bad as this COVID deal is, and as excited as we are to get back on stage, the timing's not terrible for us because we're really heads down on songwriting and recording. And so 2020, that's going to be our first full-length release, and looking forward to making the most of that opportunity.
How cool. That's awesome, you guys. So we'll watch for that in 2020. I think we'll wrap here. Oh, shoot. There's one more question I have for you guys. I don't want to miss this. I saw this online a while back. Logan, tell me about your bass player getting press out of a newspaper in the UK. What's that all about?
Well, Joe's from Hartlepool, UK, which is like a northern part of England. And this is his hometown, so he's getting press. He's kind of getting acknowledged for coming to the U.S. and doing something good, making music and getting noticed, playing really good venues and traveling around the country.
Yeah, you guys are starting to build quite the rock resume. So excited to see where that takes you throughout the tail end of 2020, especially with the full-length release coming out. You guys, if you've not heard of this band, get informed. These guys are fantastic. They're so good live. So when they are on a stage next, go. For now, pick up their latest EP, Heartless. It's on Bandcamp. Or, for the love of God, call a radio station and request that they get this music on air. Störmbreaker, mpls.bandcamp.com. You'll find them on Facebook, Instagram, stormbreakerband.com. Guys, this has been fun. Thanks for making some time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
I feel water circling my cold and dark existence. From you took away the pain, my blackened heart resistant. Just take my hand, I'll lead the way into the darkness. I needed this, I needed you. All you needed was a needle and a silver spoon. I live within, I live without. In the wreckage, my heart still beats for you. For you. Emerging from your dream again, the only one you live in. She says it's time to